Hey, how we doing? And welcome to another episode of Muscle Matters. I wasn't paying attention when we started this. I even had a 30-second countdown. I don't know how that happened. But welcome to
another than I am.
to Muscle Matters. I'm here tonight with Mike. If you don't know who Mike is the creator of this 5'11" thing.
Yeah.
He just got back from a really awesome event. Tell us a little bit about that awesome event.
All right. So we were at Believers Conference.
Uh-huh.
It was a very much a conservative Christian conference. We had a great time. It was all about preparing and equipping believers to continue to go forward with the mission that God has for them. And so we got to talk to a ton. I went and counted all of our live streams. We did like 13 live streams.
Oh my goodness!
In like basically what was like a few hours on one night, like a full day, and then like a half day the next day.
So your vocal cords are tired.
Oh, dude, like everything's tired. Like and because the way we designed the booth, which was frankly just kind of like maybe naive, ignorant, whatever you want to call it, we're standing the entire time.
Did you at least have like the little foam pads, or is this was a lesson learned?
This was a lesson learned.
I remember my first one. We didn't have foam pads, and it was lesson learned. Foam pads after that.
Oh, and brand new shoes.
Yeah. So today on the Muscle Matters, we're going to be talking. We're going to continue off of last week. So last week we did the. We're talking about how to eat better and continue your journey. So this one is just going to be helpful hints on your journey towards a new fitness lifestyle. Be right back. So if you notice, Eric's not here tonight. Eric is neutering his female cat. Or is that called spade?
Dude, I don't know.
No, he's castrating his female cat. What kitty?
What worthless? I mean, what thing can you do with the worthless animal?
You know what? Cats are.
I'm sorry, Eric. You can throw me a sucker punch in the gut if you want. I'm taking some jabs because you're not here, bro.
It might be his dog. Man, I am a lousy. You know what?
If it's a dog, dogs have a purpose.
I ate a lot of pain.
I know you're a dog lover. I'm a dog lover. So.
Yes. That's why I think that's why I slept so bad last night. My dog is like that big.
Your dog's noisy,
and it decides that I'm going to take up the bed. Like she's the queen. Papa likes to lay on my chest.
Your dog is like that big.
Yes. Tell her that. Tell her that.
She's like barely as big as your arm, bro.
Tell her that she thinks she's the queen. So and then this weekend I'm going to have my dog niece. She's coming, Bella, and all they do is fight and play. So
how does that work? Dog niece.
She's my sister's dog.
Okay, got it.
And she absolutely loves me. So whenever they go out of town, we babysit.
You're a nice
her.
Dog daddy.
Yeah, apparently I am. I'm the dog whisperer, apparently. So today's episode, we're going to be talking about helpful hints, and basically, everybody's always looking to get back in shape, looking to express, trying to do something to change their body. They don't like something about themselves. And so it's just helpful hints that I've, in my, I like to use that word plethora. I don't know where that came from. I feel like I might.
A lot of.
When I'm like, plethora. I feel like it's just one of those Mike Tyson words. It just doesn't make sense coming out, but it comes out. Right. So we're going to go through something like that. So I guess we can start simple. Most people, when they start their fitness journey or their return to health, so we'll aim more for the return to health people. So not so much the youth. Hey, Aiden, I see my nephew. He's been working out with me. He said he's going to be a swole daddy one day and pass me up.
Let's go.
Yeah, so
I think Michael's working on that too.
Apparently so. I mean, I can't wait.
He's been working out with Blake and like working out at home every day. Yeah.
It's really cool how the fitness crazes keep these youngsters. So a lot of people are trying to do this return to fitness. And one thing I always tell people is you didn't all of a sudden wake up out of shape. Mm-hmm. It took time for you to get out of shape. It took time for you to realize like, uh-oh. So one of the things people like to do is they like to rush out and they try to get into a diet, and they like to restrict themselves as hard as they can. When I first started competing, I was my own coach for the first 9 out of the 12 shows I did. And if I could go back in time, I'd slap myself because I over-dieted. Flat out over-diet. And that's what most people do when they start a diet personally. They overdo it because we're really hard on ourselves. I've had, I was a personal trainer for, oh my goodness, I've been one for almost well, for over 30, almost 30 years. Oh my goodness. Oh man.
That time goes fast, don't it?
Bruh. So, and one of the things I'd always be amazed with is people would come in and they would tell me they're like a 1,500 calorie diet. They're eating 1,500 calories a day. And I'm like, if the USDA tells you have to eat at least 2,000 calories, you might want to do that. So what you should think about when you start your fitness journey is you've probably coming from a sedative lifestyle. 9 times out of 10, you probably have some sort of desk, sit down, non-moving job.
Mm-hmm.
So you're automatically increasing your activity. So the last thing you want to do when you increase your activity is completely restrict your calories, because your body is actually going to start working. You're turning on your metabolism. One of the biggest mistakes I think people make out there is they go buy a fat burner, and fat burners are a little the name is a lie. They're not really a fat burner. They just speed up your heart rate. So if you start moving around,
when you say fat burner, what are you talking about? Like hydroxycut?
Yes. I mean, I'd be surprised how many people come in and go, "Hey, I'm going on a diet. Let me get a fat burner." And I'm like, nope.
I heard someone talking about that the other day. Dude. I was like, I haven't heard that word in a long time.
Actually, what it was is that was all the good stuff back in the day. Back in the day, there was ephedrine and all that good stuff. So you had a ton of ephedrine. You had a ton of products that would really zap.
It was
you.
all legal too.
Yes. I remember one of the products that I had back in the day. It used to be this. Tom and I talk about it a lot. It's called Ultimate Orange. It basically was meth.
Steve is the best trainer in town, I gotta say too.
I love you, Ams.
Bamboo, Bambi.
That's Ams. Ams and I trained. Oh my goodness, we trained together for almost 2 decades, huh? We 6 packs the whole 9 yards. Yes,
right on.
Gun show. So really good. So one of the things, like, people, first thing they want to do, they want to get a fat burner. The fat burner is going to accelerate your heart. So if you're coming from a sedative lifestyle where you're not really moving that much, your heart probably doesn't need to be at 110 beats a minute for the day. It's a muscle as well, and it's not trained.
Dude, I think I would have a heart attack, the kind of pace I keep.
Well, see, that's what happened to hydroxycut.
I was surviving on Red Bulls, I gotta say.
And what ends up happening is a lot of people,
that's basically what you're having though, right? It's like
that's right. Ams, you did win the title 3 times. I'm taking it away from her. She's 3 times, and you got your pro card, right, Am? If I'm not mistaken, Am got her pro card. So what ends up happening is that stuff, and it wasn't the ephedrine that was killing people. It was the lack of hydration.
Okay.
So a lot of these,
I'm right there right now too.
So what the big death was an NFL defensive lineman. So this NFL defensive lineman stepped out, and he was taking ephedrine at training camp. Most training camps, he's a big man. So most training camps, you're coming in, it's 106, 107, 110, because these NFL teams want to go to places where it's warm. Mm-hmm. They want to get the sweat off you. They want to get your body working. So if you're a big man, and he was an offensive tackle, so you're talking one of those 6'6", 6'8", 380 pound monsters, and he was popping ephedrine to try to keep himself going.
He's already kind of, probably at his size, got some heart issues anyway, right?
So you factor that in. Now you factor in the dehydration. So people will have the dehydration and with the loss of salt. So salt helps your muscles contract. Hot water, muscles are made of mostly water. So if you're out there and you're doing these things and you become dehydrated, you're going to go into defibrillation. You're going to have a heart attack. You're going to drop. So that's why I'm against fat burners out the gate. There's other ways to go. They didn't offer a pro card back then, huh? Oh man, that sucks, Ams. We need to make a comeback. Need to make a comeback because they give the pro cards out now. So you'd have had it by now. So with these fat burners, what they do is that, so now your body is cramping, it's dehydrating, and you're trying to do more work than you did with a heart that's not ready to do that. So that's why I'm anti-fat burners when you start. It should be something that should be brought in later, after your body starts to, this lovely word you'll hear a lot, plateauing. And a lot of people don't. Plateauing just simply means that your body's adapted to what you're doing. And simple things, I see people that work out and they're like, I need to change. That product right there, that people say they need to change their workouts to change it because they've plateaued. You can do the same workout, increase the reps, increase the weight. It changes because the body just has adapted. So what you want to do is you want to give you, when you first start, you know, you walk a mile, you go to the gym, whatever it is you're doing. Like we said last week, stop drinking dark sodas, drop fast food. And if you've been eating fast food all day long, don't think you're going to all of a sudden magically start eating baked fish.
Right.
You're not just going to magically go, oh, McDonald's to baked fish. And no, it doesn't work like that. So you should just simply just start off, drop the double quarter pounder with cheese and go for a mixed salad. And a small fry. You just want to do simple things to get yourself going, because once again, you did not get out of shape overnight, and you're not going to get back in shape overnight.
So you think most people so I think maybe I'm wrong, have a different problem than most people have. Most people have a problem of like they're just sit around their couch potatoes, right?
Yes.
Like my problem is I'm just too stinking busy. I'll work like 14, 15 hours a day.
With you move a lot.
Yeah.
But you don't consume a lot.
Right.
So what ends up happening is the body
I'm burning a lot. I'm burning plenty of calories.
So
I'm skinny fat.
So the body burns, you know, the first thing the body wants to eat when it's hungry, believe it or not, it does not want to eat body fat. The first thing your body is going to eat is going to be muscle tissue. And the moment it starts consuming muscle tissue, you're losing metabolic rate.
Going backwards.
So remember the fat burner is what's stimulating your heart. It gets you, it's creating a false metabolism. Well, your muscle is your metabolism. It's a living tissue. So when you work out, it's needing to feed, it's needing to repair. So when you're moving all the time, your muscle, you're not really using your muscle in a, what's the word I'm looking for? In an exercise type of form. There's another big word. I can't think of it.
Yeah.
You're not really stressing your muscle out to where it feels that it needs to grow and repair.
Aerobic or anaerobic?
Yeah, that word.
Yeah.
So you're not stressing your muscle out to where it feels it needs to repair itself. So the body will consume it. And then the next time you have a big meal, and generally most big meals for people, you know, that like you, that stay busy and don't eat, it's generally around dinner time.
Yeah, no, it is. That's what I was thinking. Like I was telling someone the other day, I have gotten to a point now because, you know, I'll get up at like 3:34 in the morning and just go, and then not eat until like the earliest I eat is like 2:00 in the afternoon. I'm by accident intermittent fasting.
Caffeine and simple sugars will surprise you because you only need brain power.
Yeah.
So your brain is completely happy,
which is horrible for you.
Yeah. But you are using your brain, and your brain runs on glycogen, and you're using a ton of it. So it's going to tell you caffeine and sugar works great. Caffeine is it stimulates this all the great stuff in your brain. I'm sorry, I ate paint chips, so if I don't have doctor words, forgive me, but it stimulates your brain to make your brain want to start thinking. And
like words good.
Yes, the neurals kick off in the brain. That's the word I'm looking for. So the neurals kick off in the brain because of the caffeine. It fires you up. It has endorphins in you. Your body feels good. Then you bring the sugar. The sugar is what the glycogen, and the glycogen is what the brain needs. So if you ever wonder why you crave sugar, there it is. Your brain needs it. So when you get home in the evening, you're tired. So when you come to a rest, you've got the air on, the fans on, whatever it is, you've come to you find your recliner, whatever your peaceful place is in the home, you find that peaceful place.
My resting position that I pass out.
Yes. And before there, you are consuming food because now that you're tired, the body lets the brain know, hey, we need food.
Yeah. Well, and then after I eat and start digesting it, like immediately all the blood rushes to the belly, right?
and generally you know that at nighttime is when you remember you have cookies in the refrigerator, you got the kids have a pint of ice cream, I'm going to sneak and get something. So, and then you make the excuse because you're tired, you don't want to go home and cook. We're going to come back to meal prepping right now. So you don't want to go home and cook because you're tired, and you just don't want to cook, and that's where things like meal prepping comes in. Meal prepping, people don't really pay attention to the name. Meal prepping is preparing your meals. And if you really want to succeed in changing and increasing your fitness journey, you want to have your meals already made. So if you're not preparing to win, you're preparing to lose. And that's essentially what you're doing when you have meal preps. So you have yourself prepared for the next day. So crock pots, what's that thing? Air fryers. Those are all good things. Air fryer, you don't have to.
Or your buddy.
Yes. Saints Meal Preps.
Since you are sponsored.
Yeah, Saints Meal Preps. They do sponsor this fat boy. I don't know why, Santo. That's probably why he's going to Vegas to get a second job, because he keeps feeding me. Saints Meal Preps is another place you should look up. They're really great. They have great food if you don't have time to do your meals. Saints is a great place, and there's lots of other ones around town. But Saints, they sponsor me. So good looking out for that one.
Yeah.
But what you want to do is you want to have your meals prepared. So the better you have your meals prepared, the less chances you are to make mistakes. The less chances are you are to go through a drive-through. Now, so we're going to go back to the people who are starting out and they feel the need to go from McDonald's to baked fish. As we said last week on the show, trying to go and eat white fish as a bodybuilder, when I have to go to that and I'm trying to win a show, I actually have a purpose. I have a finish line doing it. I hate it. I want to cry when I'm doing that. So being a person who's just wanting to get back in shape, don't do yourself like that. Make a smart decision. As we were talking about last week, there's Victor's, there's
Victor's is good.
Flame Broilers or Sancho's Tacos. You want to have it where it's cooked, so you can get things. Yes, I love Sancho's. I'm going to plug them forever. That's a great place. So people are really cool in there, as a matter of fact. So you want to get food. You want to go somewhere. Applebee's 2 for $20 is actually cheaper than McDonald's. You get 2 meals for $20 at Applebee's versus what is McDonald's now? $15 for a Big Mac.
Oh yeah, dude, I was spending all sorts of cash.
I
got to pay for other people too, so it's like I was spending like a couple $100 a day just on meals.
Man, yeah, yes, man. I remember being at those booths. I would I'd have tuna packets, little tuna.
You know
packets,
what I love? Actually, sardines.
Sardines.
I love sardines. I love sardines.
Yeah, zombie apocalypse.
Especially
I would just starve to death.
Crackers.
I would just start eating other people before I ate a thing of sardines. No.
Well, so your friend, your buddy Bambi here says protein donuts.
Protein donuts. No.
It sounded good. I was like, I want some right now.
It's a good selling point, and if you're going to
if you're going to consume a donut, you might as well have some protein in there.
And once again, well, you know, I'm getting ahead of myself. So yes, if you're a morning donut person, a protein donut would be more sensible than a morning donut. And that's getting your body. Eric doesn't believe in breakfast. I'm a huge believer in breakfast because I believe breakfast stimulates your body to start your metabolism. I'm always going to fall back to believing that eating donuts and donuts. You see, you got me thinking about donuts, Amber. Eating first thing in the morning will stimulate your body to have a metabolic rate. You want to kickstart your day. You want your body to start getting hungry. Don't fight the hunger, because when you are hungry, that means you have a metabolism. You'll notice that most people, when they say that they've gotten out of shape, the first thing they say is like, I'm not hungry.
Oh, I'm hungry. I just don't have time to eat, bro.
Yeah, no, you don't make time.
Well,
because what's the first thing I talked about? Preparing your meals. You have a beautiful office.
Yeah.
You have a refrigerator.
Yeah.
They make microwaves. There's that place called Saints, huh?
Yeah.
So one of the things that you should do is, so don't try to go out and jump into the deep end, and just simply fix the current diet you have. Limit your amount of fried food, processed food. Don't get food in a bag. Try to get fresh food. And that's so in there. And so I don't want to beat on it. If you really want to listen more about nutrition, Eric and I covered it on last week's episode. It's a really good episode.
It was.
And we probably went about 40 minutes on it. So I don't want to stay on that one too much. I want to jump ahead to actually going to the gym. Yes, there's always time to eat. I want to jump ahead to the gym. So most people, the first thing they do, I sold memberships. I was a manager of 2 different major corporations here in town, and I used to always tell people, get yourself a trainer. If you don't get yourself a trainer, but more than 1 or 2 days a week in the very beginning, because most people, when you come in, you're not familiar with the machines, you're not familiar with the movement, and you're not comfortable with the gym.
Well, you know what I can say about having a trainer? I'm actually fairly comfortable in the gym.
Yes.
It's motivation for me to show up.
And that's I have a lot of clients that I've had over the years, and they simply say, Steve, without you, I wouldn't come to the gym.
Yeah.
And most of them are men like you that are just busy.
Yeah.
And they have a lot of big projects. They have, thank goodness for them. But what I would always tell you is because, if you're coming in and you're the average person and you let yourself go, then gym can be very intimidating. That's how Planet Fitness makes their money by
people not going.
Yeah, but they sell it as an intimidating free place. So people like me, a giant meathead, are not allowed in their gym. So you don't feel any type of like, oh my goodness, that person is thinking something about me, because that's what's going to happen when you walk into a situation. It's like walking into high school again. Your freshman year of high school, and so you're going into a situation to where you're already at a mental disadvantage because you're nervous, you're self-conscious. That's why you started the fitness journey, is because you're self-conscious. You realize this isn't how I want to look. And then you walk into the gym and then you see people, and that's the bad thing about working out, is you're always going to think somebody's better than you.
Somebody will always be better than you.
And Tom and I have talked about it so much. It's called the iron poison. So you've got people that are in amazing shape, and they're looking out the corner of their eye at somebody else who's looking out the corner of their eye at them, and they're both trying to eyeball each other because they're both thinking the other one's better. So I always say, get yourself a trainer so you can learn how to use the machine, proper technique, proper position, so you don't hurt yourself. I see more people. I used to see so many people in the gym. I kind of go to a more of a powerlifting gym now, NAS Power. Shout out to NAS Power. It's a great gym. And there's Josh. If you look at Josh BeFit, Josh Young BeFit, go to him. He's got a gym called Brute Force, another great gym here in town where there's a lot of really good people that work out there. The atmosphere is tremendous. So when I would go into these gyms and I'd see people, and you see them doing something that their boyfriend, girlfriend, second cousin, somebody told them how to do this supposed workout, and they're doing it horrible and they're doing it incorrect. And it's that's why I always just say, just get yourself a trainer, learn how to do the movements. If you only get them one day a week, it's really good to have somebody that can help you. And generally, by human nature, we go too hard. And from there, we'll skip ahead to cardio. You don't have to do hours upon hours upon hours upon hours of cardio. Once again, when people start thinking about getting in shape, you have people like The Rock. I envy The Rock. I mean, the man's up at 4:30 in the morning. I don't know if his PR department goes out there and pours water all over the place, but it sure looks like he gives it up on that Stairmaster for an hour and a half every morning. More power to you, Rocky. I'm going to sleep in. So just remember, you just want to increase your activity. So the more when you're starting out, you just want to have more activity, and let your body. No, Amber, we used to fight over this all the time. That was one of our biggest fights. She used to stay on the Stairmaster all day, every day. I used to kick her off the gym. Like,
dude, that's my least favorite part of going.
That's what she loved to do. I used to make her go home, like get off the thing and go home. So you just want to have you just want to increase your activity. Don't try to kill yourself when you're freshly back onto your fitness journey. If you didn't walk at all yesterday, walking 15 minutes today is more than what your body's done in the last year, probably. And then when that becomes easy, just go in increments of 5 minutes. Just 5 more minutes. 5 more minutes. See? 5 more minutes. You just want to go 5 more minutes. So you get about 35, 40 minutes, and that's a good time. I also like Stan Efferton. We were talking about that on last week's show. Stan Efferton is a big, he likes to tell people, and I actually like it, 10 minutes of cardio after every meal. And you just simply go for a 10-minute walk. And not everybody can do it at your job, but they do so.
Or in Bakersfield at this time of year.
Yeah. Yeah. Man, I remember as a kid and I went to rollerblade in the middle of the afternoon. Yeah, no, you can keep that. I don't miss football practice. But they do have, if you look, you ever see those mini stair steppers? You can put them under your desk.
Okay, yeah.
So if you're living a sedative lifestyle and you work at a desk, something like that is a miracle worker, because you're actually doing something to cause your heart rate to speed up, because that falls back to that fat burner. the fat
What
burners.
about the little desk cardio things? those stand-up
Yes,
desks?
yes,
Or the treadmills?
yes, and it's just simply say it one more time. Okay, and what you want to do is something like that. It's just because remember at the very beginning I said I was anti-fat burners because the fat burner is just stimulating your heart. So if you have something under your desk and then you get done eating, or if you look at your clock and go, hey, every hour I'm going to go 10 minutes. So when you work an 8-hour day and you do 10 minutes every hour, you take a 1 hour lunch break, you have actually going to end up doing an hour and 10 minutes of cardio in the day, which is going to be a lot easier than getting on that Stairmaster or that treadmill and going for an hour. You are still going to do that hour, but you're going to do it in 10-minute increments, and the body doesn't know the difference. The body's just going to know that it did something for an hour. And it's a real easy way to get your cardio in. I'm a big fan of that one. Stan Efforden, thank you so much for putting that out there. I wish I'd have known about that when I was competing. So like I said, we're going to go back to the gym. So most people, when they walk in to the gym, it's a very intimidating thing. And there's so many things out there. Get yourself what is that? Fitbit. I'm a big fan of Fitbit. It helps you track your calories, track your steps.
Apple Watch.
Yes, the Apple Watch. Yeah, it helps you track your steps. Because you just want to it's energy in, energy out. If you have more energy coming in than you have energy going out, you're not going to lose weight. That's real simple. So you want to make sure that you're expending energy and cutting on the energy. And if you cut down on dense fried food, you'll be shocked because, there's good fats and bad fats, and bad fats the body has no idea what to do with. It's raising your cholesterol levels, health levels, blah, 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 blah. So once you get rid of the bad fats, it cleans you up, and you're going to find out that your body's flowing better. You're going to find yourself more cardiovascular healthier, and you're going to be able to do more. Oh my goodness, we're running out of time so quick. We're only supposed to do 30-minute episodes. So I'm fastly running out of time because my mouth is moving and I feel like I still have so much more to cover. Eric, Alyssa, I see you're watching. Have Eric check this show out, and then we can piggyback when he comes back from you guys, cutting your poor your dog's parts off.
mutilating your
animal. But tell him to check this out. I would like to piggyback with him so we can continue on this fitness journey. Eric Fratwell is my partner then when we do this show, so I would like to piggyback off this one, and we'll pick it up from there, and we'll get more into the coaching aspects, because once again, I believe simple things will help you achieve, because most people want to go in, and I believe when you go in, you just don't really have an idea of what you're doing. Most of us from the sedative lifestyle, we haven't worked out, since high school. If you're lucky enough to make it to college and be in some sort of college team. So, we only have.
Thank you, Bambi.
They only have, your knowledge is limited, and your high school PE coach probably limited his knowledge, especially if you're my age. Yeah, real limited in knowledge. So you just basically have Weeder Magazine. There's lots of, and TikTok. TikTok is probably the worst place to get your workouts from. I can't say it enough. 99.9% of the people who are working out on TikTok did not get that body.
There's a lot of reasons to be on TikTok
from that videos. They're just doing things to get you to tune in. So I really appreciate everybody that tuned in today. I wish you guys had some more comments. So going forward, when Eric comes in, I would like more things, more conversations, so we can have more interactivities, because I know you guys have questions, and I can see them. We can see them as they come up. So going forward, remember, we are normally.
Do you think they can DM you too, like during the week, or the questions as they come up?
Yeah. You can always shoot a DM, and we can answer you, or you can find me at 7420 District Boulevard. I'm right there, Monday through Friday.
Right across from Nestle.
Right across from Nestle. Yes, you can find me there from 2:30 to 7. You can hit up Fratwell, or you can hit myself. We both do coaching, and I don't want to plug anything like that. There are Planet Fitness. If you a member of Planet Fitness, they have personal trainers on staff. So there's somebody on staff.
Do they know what they're doing?
You know what? You just simply need simple guidance. especially when you're starting, because this is for people starting their fitness
Okay.
journey.
All right. Fair enough.
We're not talking about the seasoned athlete, the guy
Okay.
that's wanting to get on stage. You're just talking about somebody that's coming in the gym, and these machines constantly change. I watch all these different machine channels, and oh my goodness, I want to fly to Dubai just to play on the machines because the machines constantly are changing and they look so awesome. Shout out to Collective Gym. They've got a lot of nice equipment. Tom over at, oh my goodness, I'm going to blank on your IG, and then you got Ty from Savage Irons. They sell great equipment as well. So that when you go to Planet Fitness, they do have somebody sitting at a table that is supposed to be there, supposed to walk you on the floor, and it's absolutely free. That's one of the cool things about Planet Fitness. There's somebody there absolutely free, and after you get,
Really?
yes,
I didn't know that.
yes, they're an hourly employee.
Okay.
They're an hourly employee, and they're sitting there, and you go make an appointment.
So they're not necessarily certified. They're just.
Well, they're supposed to be certified.
But we also talked about that, right? I was certified once.
And that's what I mean. Like I said, when you're starting your fitness journey, you want to know how to sit on this machine, because some of the machines nowadays, you look and you're like, how does that work? I have people, NASPower, we have a belt squat machine, and people walk up, hey man, how does this work? And okay, and then we have a hamstring machine it's a counterbalance, and people don't think that it's a counterbalance, and it counterbalances your weight. So there's all these crazy machines. So when you're starting a fitness journey, you just want somebody to be able to direct you and help you. So that's one of the cool things about Planet Fitness. It's not the top of my to-do list. I prefer places like NAS, Brute Power, Brute Strength. I prefer gyms like that. But once you're getting started, it's really cool, and they're there. So for everybody that joined in late, thank you guys. We're normally starting off about between 6:30 and 6:40 Tuesdays. The show is called Muscle Matters, and hamstrings. Yes, and I'm normally here with Eric, but today I'm here with Mike, the creator of 511, that allows us to have this opportunity, allows us to have something like this set up. It's appreciate you very much, Tom. I don't know where you're at. I'm used to seeing you somewhere, Tom. I miss you so much, Mr. Touchstone. I just don't have enough time in the episode. So
You could take a few extra minutes.
Because now, I want to tell you guys, now that we have a good live stream going, we're going to go live stream all the time. So remember, Tuesdays between 6:30 and 6:40 is when we're going to start. This has been Muscle Matters. I'm here with Mike. And oh man, you were hanging out with the Mega Hulk, huh? I'm kind of jealous about that.
Mega Hulk.
Yeah, so we'll
I'll get him in.
Yes, I got to make sure I angle him. I need a different chair. I'm there, a white T-shirt or something. So once again, it's been another episode of Muscle Matters. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you guys have any questions, if you want to say anything, please leave some comments below. And thank you guys very much.
Thank y'all for watching.